ringing spins down the down line as he brings it from the right side of your viewing area. Charlie's been around aviation all of his life. He started riding airplanes at the age of just 6 years old. So don't think you're ever too young to get in an airplane, folks. Kids, if you're listening right now, mess with your parents a little bit. Tell them to get you in an airplane. Charlie takes that airplane up and he's doing a big loop over. Charlie was flying at that age of 6 with his dad and his grandfather at their private airport in Vine Grove, Kentucky, not that far from here. Charlie's a 4th generation pilot, and at a very young age, he always knew he wanted to fly air shows and instruct others. Charlie had his first solo at the age of 14 in a Schweitzer 233 glider, and on his 16th birthday, he soloed in a single-engine airplane, a 7AC Champ. That aircraft had been in Charlie's family since the 1970s. The same Champ his father had soloed in when he was just 16, and that summer Charlie went ahead and completed his glider rating as well. Charlie's first passenger after he achieved his glider rating was, of course, his dad, who also happens to be here with us as Charlie's crew chief, and we're real happy to have him here. Joining us as Charlie cuts through the sky up there at Show Center, bringing the airplane up, hanging it on the prop, and then pushing that nose over as the airplane comes straight down toward the center of our show. Right after Charlie graduated from high school, he left home and joined the United States Army. Any Army out there with us today? Whoop. And after getting out as a 6-year veteran as a drone operator, Charlie decided it was time to get serious and achieve his goal of flying for a living. He finished his flight instructor rating and started teaching at his family's home airport, again, Vine Grove Airport in Kentucky, where he teaches tailwheel flying and basic aerobatics courses. Vine Grove Airport is a 2,700-foot beautiful grass runway located 5 miles south of Fort Knox. So you can go make a withdrawal and then go pay Charlie to fly. You can learn more about these courses and their beautiful grass runway at vgairport.com. That's vgvictorgolfairport.com. Charlie shares his love of aviation with others by flying in air shows for the folks like you. He also participates in flying Young Eagles with his local EAA chapter. And if you're not familiar with EAA, that's the Experimental Aircraft Association, and those folks are the ones that actually, their primary focus is actually building aircraft. So not only can you fly airplanes as an EAA member, but you can learn to build and operate them yourself. And part of their program is to host Young Eagles programs where they give free flights to children to introduce them to the joy of flying. Charlie says there's nothing better than giving someone, whether it's a kid or an adult, their first ride in a small airplane. I tend to agree with him. And he would like to express his gratitude to some folks for you right now. First of all, thank you once again to all the men and women in our military for serving our country. He'd love to thank his amazing wife for being right there with him and supporting him and chasing his dreams. And he wants to thank his mom and dad for everything they have done for him to be able to achieve those dreams. His grandfather, who as us pilots, we say he's flown west, he passed in 2017. Charlie's dreams of flying all started because of the airport that his grandfather began and managed. Thank you so much here to the air show producers for inviting him, and also to Mr. Kuntz, Mr. Greg Kuntz, that is, Charlie's mentor, that helped him get to this point. Charlie's sponsored by Foundation Risk Partners and Aviation Insurance Brokers. Now, if you notice, Charlie's taking advantage of the wind up there as he hangs that aircraft upside down, brings it back right side up and flies it into the wind. He's just below the cloud deck there. And brings it around in another inverted pass as he pushes the nose around in an outside turn. Rights the aircraft up again, turns it back, and he'll bring that aircraft back toward the middle yet again.
Where the stars and stripes and eagle fly. There's a lady that stands there.
You guys may recognize who's singing on the PA system right now, Mr. Aaron Tippin. Happens to have his hangar here right behind us at Tennessee Flying Machines. We'd like to thank Tennessee Flying Machines, Aaron and his family, for having their aircraft out on display and their hangar open for us this weekend. Charlie brings it back to the center, giving it a slow roll. You know, it's interesting doing a slow rotations like that in an aircraft, keeping your eye on the horizon, keeping the aircraft going. You're working your hands and your feet at the same time in order to keep the aircraft pointed in the right direction. Part of the stick and rudder skills that all pilots need to learn are brought to example in that maneuver right there, because it's something that if you can master the skills you have, then that is not that difficult to work on. And pass in front of you right now, about to take off as soon as Charlie recovers, is Aero Shell number 1, Mark Henley, in his T6 Texan. We're very fortunate to have Mark here with us. We'll talk to him a little bit more about him in just a moment. But Mark will head down to the departure end of runway 22 to follow Charlie once he gets done with his out.
It's the only place that I prefer.
Another inverted pass. Those of you who have not hung upside down in an airplane, it's not for everybody. But I will tell you that normally you don't hold one in that position that long unless you happen to be a pilot like Charlie. Flying upside down to an airplane is just the same as flying right side up aerodynamically. You do need to make sure that your engine and oil system, of course, are appropriately configured for such activity. But once you've got that taken care of, the airplane really doesn't know the difference. It's all about the pilot. And he's giving you the top side of that wing for a beautiful photo pass. And now the bottom side. Most of the time we say we'd like to keep that dirty side down and the pointy end going forwards, unless you happen to be an aerobatic pilot, in which case you get to flip those around from time to time, and it's a lot of fun. Car down from the altitudes that you may have seen Charlie flying at down to what you'll see on the surface that you'll notice from other aircraft that'll be flying this weekend. And he dances it on the left main just a second there, compensating for the crosswind just ever so slightly and delicately, dancing it on that left wheel. Here, the other one squeak down, and now you'll watch that tail wheel giving you just a little bit of a little elephant walk there. Wait a minute, there can't be any elephants in Tennessee this weekend, can there? Hold on now. Nice job, Charlie. Smoke's on, and here comes